morning, friends, and welcome to class. I am so happy you're here today. I am Miss Bird, and we are getting ready for a great day of learning and fun. But first, we have to wake up our brains and get them ready for learning. So, we are going to do head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and you're gonna do it with me, okay? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. All right, let's do it again, friends, and this time we're gonna do it a little bit faster. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. All right, this time, really slowly. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. All right, friends, let's take a deep breath in and let it out. One more time, deep breath in and let it out. All right, friends, excellent job singing and dancing with me. We are ready to get started with our reading circle. Come on and join me. Hello, friends, and welcome to our reading circle. I am so glad you're here today. We are going to read a story called Mama, Do You Love Me? We're going to take a trip and see how he is showing love and asking his mom, does she still love him? Mama, do you love me? Yes, I do, dear one. How much? I love you more than the raven loves his treasure, more than the dog loves his tail, more than the whale loves his spout. How long? So first she asks, how much? Now, how long? I love you until the umak flies into the darkness, till the stars turn to fish in the sky, and the puffin howls at the moon. Mama, what if I carried our eggs? And I tried to be careful, and I tried to walk slowly, but I fell, and the eggs broke. Then I would be sorry, but still, I would love you. So even after she may fall and break the eggs, Mama still loves her. Because we all make mistakes, but it's okay. What if I put salmon in your parka, ermine in your mittens, and lemmings in your mucklucks? Then I would be angry. Uh-oh. What if I threw water at our lamp? Then, dear one, I would be angry, but still, I would love you. What if I ran away? Then I would be worried. What if I stayed away and sang with the wolves and slept in a cave? Then, dear one, I would be very sad, but still, I would love you. What if I turned into a musk ox? Then I would be surprised. What if I turned into a walrus? Then I would be a little surprised and a little scared. What if I turned into a polar bear and I was the meanest bear you ever saw? And I had sharp, shiny teeth, and I chased you into your tent, and you cried. Then I would be very surprised and very scared. But still, inside the bear, you would be you, and I would love you. I will love you forever and for always, because you are my dear one. Wow. So even through all those things that happened in the story, she imagined running away, turning into a musk ox, turning into a polar bear. But did that stop her mom from loving her? No. No matter what we go through, what we do, we always have someone that will love us unconditionally. So, who are some people that you know that love you? And what are some things that you can do to show that you love them? Go talk to your adult and tell them how much you love them and what you would do to show them you love them. I hope you enjoyed our story today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so glad you're here to learn with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about force and motion, specifically force and speed and the way things move. We're going to read a page out of our nonfiction book, so our book that has real facts in it, called Check It Out, Force and Motion by Clint Twist. When we're reading nonfiction books, it's really cool because we can open it up to any page and read the information that we want to learn. We don't have to read it in order like other stories. So I opened it up to page 10, where it talks about changes in motion. Objects do not all move at the same speed. The more force you use to move an object, the faster it will move. A marble moves quickly when the player uses a lot of force to flick it. More force equals faster speed. So if I give more force or more effort, that means something that is going to move faster. What do you think? A strong push will make this car move quickly. How do you think this boy can make his car move slowly? So if we want our car to move really fast, we use a strong push. So we use a lot of force. If we want our car to move more slowly, what are we going to do differently to the car? That's right, we're going to push it with less force. So we're going to push it softer or lighter so that it moves less. We're going to practice this today with some different objects that we have. We're going to start with this red ball. This ball is made of plastic and it is round and its surface is smooth. Those are all things that we know are probably going to make something move really easily. I'm going to show first just using little force, and we're going to see how far the ball moves. Just a little force. When we use a little force, our ball doesn't move as fast. So when our ball comes back to me using little force, it's not moving very quickly. But since it's a ball and it's round and it's smooth, it's still gonna move forward, even though I didn't use very much force. Let's see what happens when I use a lot of force to make it move. Do we see how fast the ball moved? Let's see it come back with lots of force. It moves so fast it even makes a louder sound as it hits the ground to make it move. The more force I use, the faster the ball went. I can also move this ball in a different way. I don't just have to push it on the ground. I can throw it down, and we see our ball bounce. I can also just let the ball go. So this is the last form of motion we're going to use with this ball. So if I just let it go because it's round and smooth, let's see what happens. I barely had to touch it and the ball still had motion and it still moved forward and away from me. Let's try it with something different. We have a bean bag. This bean bag is flat. It has a little bit more weight to it. It's heavier. The material is different. It's more of a fabric, so it's not as smooth as our red ball was. So I'm gonna first do this with just a little force, and we're gonna see how far the bean bag can move. If I just do a little force, the bean bag barely moves. I can still reach out and pick it up. Now, if I want to use a lot of force, let's see if our bean bag still moves. I'm still able to slide the bean bag across the floor by using a lot of force to move it there. I can also throw the bean bag just like I threw the ball. And then the bean bag can throw back and it slides quickly across the floor. Now, if I drop the bean bag, so I don't use really any force at all and just let go, what do we think is gonna happen? Is the bean bag gonna move away from me? Or is it gonna drop to the ground and stay where it's at? Let's see. When I just let go of my bean bag, it doesn't move. Because it's flat, it doesn't have a round surface, it's gonna stay wherever I left it. Let's practice with a big yellow ball. Our big yellow ball is big and bouncy. It has air in it, so I know that it's probably gonna move. Let's first show using not very much force. It still moves forward, but it does move pretty slowly, not using very much force. Let's see if I use a lot of force, what happens. The ball moves really quickly and it goes in a really nice straight line. I can also throw the ball and it bounces and moves forward. And let's see if I just let go of the ball, what happens. Our beanbag just fell and stayed in one spot, but that first red ball kind of moved off and went on its own path. Let's see what our yellow ball does when I just let go of the ball. Our yellow ball still moves forward because it's round and it has smooth edges and it has air in it, so it's going to make it bounce. Let's try another object. We have this rubber disc, something that maybe we might throw. Let's see what happens when I try and push it on the floor using not very much force. When I just use a little force, it doesn't move very far. It's flat, so it does move a little bit because its bottom is smooth, but it's not going to move as fast as something that's round. Okay? What if I use a lot of force? Do we think we can make this move across the floor? Let's see. I had to use quite a bit of force to get it to move, but it did move. What about if I throw this? Let's see if I can get it across the floor. Uh-oh. Since it landed, it's not going to keep moving. It stays in its spot since it lost its motion. What do we think is going to happen if I just let go of it? Our beanbag stayed in one spot, but our two balls rolled off. Let's see what happens to our little flying disc. It just stays in one spot because it's not going to move on its own. We have one last object we're going to try, and that is a bowling pin. Let's see what happens when I use just a little force to move this object. It definitely moves, but does it move like the other objects? Even though I did push it forward, it kind of went around in a circle. Why do we think that it went that way instead of going straight like the other objects when I pushed them? Why do we think that happened? Probably because the shape of our object is different. So an object with a different shape is going to have a different form of movement and move and have different motion. So even though I pushed it forward, it still moves off in a different direction. Let's see if I used a lot of force, if I can move it differently. When I used a lot of force, you are able to move it very quickly. Let's see what happens when I just let go of our bowling pin, where it moves, if it stays still, or if it's going to roll off. It kind of just stays in one spot. It does have round sides though, so it is able to kind of shift back and forth on its own and continue its own movement. I want you, with an adult or someone else in your home, find two objects. One thing that you know is going to move really quickly, like a ball or something round and smooth. And then I want you to see if you can find something that maybe isn't going to move as easy as our ball. Even though you give it a lot of force, it doesn't move in the way that you want it to, kind of like our rubber disc or our bowling pin was. That way you can show the different forms of motion and show that the different force that you use is going to change the way our object moves. My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'm so glad you came to learn with me today. I'll see you next time.
Welcome to Hartman Elementary School. My name is Dr. Jessie Kirksey, and I'm principal of this fine school. We are dedicated to providing our boys and girls an education of the finest quality. We nurture and we care. We have 3 focuses here at Hartman School: attendance, achievement, and attitude. We are child-centered. We ask our community and our parents every year to join hands with us to help us provide an education of the finest quality for our junior citizens, and they are doing this. Welcome to Hartman School, and we know that you will enjoy this virtual tour. Our mission at John T. Hartman Elementary School is to create a safe and nurturing environment where all children can become lifelong learners. Our responsibility is to lead, encourage, and provide the opportunity for all students to reach their full potential and be productive in our diverse and global society. We begin our educational journey with our preschool program. This is where we begin to cut the apron strings as our young scholars learn how to listen, work, and play together with teachers and classmates. Our preschool environment sets the tone for learning daily routines, a peek at this big, wide, wonderful world in which we live, and begins to build the foundation for future learning opportunities. It is a full-day program. Our kindergarten program continues to lay the foundation for reading, writing, exploring, and problem solving. We believe to be successful in any space, scholars must have strong reading, writing, and math skills. Our kindergarten scholars learn over 100 sight words throughout the year. Our teachers incorporate strategies to develop student literacy. We also partner with organizations such as Lead to Read and Literacy KC. These organizations, along with their volunteers, help promote fun and engaging learning environments. Our vision at John T. Hartman Elementary School is to create a collaborative learning community that is caring, nurturing, respectful, and safe, while passionately developing academic and social excellence for all. Our collaborative community will fight passionately and gracefully to prepare lifelong learners to compete in society. Hartman offers digital devices for all of our scholars. Scholars feel a sense of control over their education while developing a 21st century skill set. We offer iSpark, or STEM, along with art, music, physical education, and library. Students have access to interactive tools to open a world of science, technology, and math using hands-on curriculum. We offer a variety of activities and clubs to inspire and motivate our primary and intermediate scholars. Our Hartman Gems, our girls, and gents, our young men, are special groups of scholars who have exhibited leadership, respect for others, and a sense of purpose. We also have our newspaper club, our drama club, Girl Scouts, and Boy Scouts, all for free before and after school care in partnership with Link. We believe that our parents are the first and best teachers of their youngsters. We ask our parents to join hands with us as we provide an education of the finest quality for the best scholars in the nation. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any questions or if you would like a personal tour, please call us at 816-418-1750. We would like for you to become a part of our Hartman family.
Hey, Kansas City, how about some amazing pumpkin pie? What do you think of that? Hey Kansas City, it's Chef Tom at the Cardinal Cafe in beautiful downtown Kansas City. Guess what? It's getting on toward Thanksgiving, so I was thinking maybe we should go ahead and make a pumpkin pie. You can see there are not a lot of ingredients to pumpkin pie. I mean, we've got some eggs, some heavy cream, some sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, some vanilla, and some pumpkin pack. Now here's an interesting thing. You can make this into a sweet potato pie just as easily by getting rid of the pumpkin and putting in sweet potatoes. You know, just as you would cook the pumpkin, you'd cook the sweet potatoes. Cook them down, get yourself a couple cups of mashed up sweet potatoes. Boom, get rid of the pumpkin, you got sweet potato pie. Okay? We're gonna start out today with getting our eggs into our bowl. When we're cracking eggs, what's the first thing we do? We check them. We never go directly into our mixing bowl with our eggs, just in case we get a shell in there or a bad egg, okay? We always have to make sure they look good. Of course, this guy, number one's looking good. Get number 2 in there. Oh yeah, perfect. Just like downtown. Okay, but you always want to take a little look around and make sure that there's no shell, that you've got a perfect egg. We're gonna go right in there, okay? Now, once our eggs are in there, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some butter in. Okay, our butter is nice and soft because we need to have this butter soft when we start. Have a look at that. Just really nice soft butter. You know, we left it sit out for most of the day today. Now, at this point, I like to go ahead and add my pumpkin in now because I've got some nice stuff in there that I can work on some consistency with. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this pumpkin in here. We're just gonna start to give this a nice little mix up, okay? And break down these yolks. Now, quite honestly, some people do this in the mixer. It doesn't bother me to do it by hand. A lot of my students, when we're making biscuits or cake mix or pancakes, they want to know why we don't use the mixer. Well, the fact of the matter is I find it very easy to overmix things with the mixer. And when I'm doing it just by hand, I just seem to get a better end result. Here comes our heavy cream in. Now, once we start to incorporate this, we're actually going to switch over to our whisk. Okay? But we're going to get all this heavy cream started so we don't have too sloshy of a product once we get that whip going, okay? Yeah, we're starting to get a nice color here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna scrape off our spatula with our whip. Some call it a whisk. Whisk, whip, doesn't really matter. Now, we're gonna start getting this guy going a little. You can see that there's little tiny chunks of butter in there. I'm all right with that. Now, we're gonna go ahead with our cinnamon and our nutmeg. And this nutmeg, we went ahead and we ground actually from the nut of the nutmeg. We've got just a little ½ teaspoon of each. That's just fine. Now, while those give off a really nice holiday smell, you can really smell that nutmeg and that cinnamon in there. We're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna add our vanilla and our sugar. Okay? Now, I'm gonna tell you, me personally, I can make a pie crust pretty quick. You know, pie crust is pretty easy. It's a little flour, a little butter, a little cold water, okay, a little sugar. but guess what? Today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a Pillsbury ready to go pie crust. I'm gonna reach back and grab one of our spatulas because we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this in the pie crust. We're just gonna take our time. You can see that we still got a little bit of butter floating around in there, which is just fine. Because as we bake, that butter is gonna break down. Now, before this guy goes in the oven, we're just gonna drop him down a couple of times, not real hard. We just wanna work out a little bit of air from this pie mix. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna get this baby in the oven, but guess what? When we come back, we've got a real treat. We're gonna make some homemade whipped cream. We'll be right back.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor and be an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
Hey Kansas City, I don't know about you, but when I'm having pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, the one thing I really love on my pumpkin pie is some whipped cream. And we're gonna make some whipped cream right now. And one of the first things you wanna make sure you do is to make sure that your bowl is nice and icy cold that you're making your whipped cream with. We're gonna get this guy on here, okay? And this is the whip attachment that we're gonna use, okay? And get him in there. Now, our bowl is locked in tight. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna raise our mixer. We're gonna put in our cream. Yeah, very nice, bright white whipping cream. Always gonna need heavy whipping cream. And just like your bowl, you're gonna want it icy cold. Now, we're just gonna let it start moving around that bowl, okay? This process is gonna take us 6-7 minutes, somewhere in there. But from what we're doing right now, we're just moving this whipped cream around. We're trying to incorporate some air. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm sure that you've had whipped cream out of the tub, out of the can, stuff like that. This whipped cream, you will never believe the difference. And it's so easy. It is so easy. So right now our whipped cream's just moving around. We're gonna increase our speed a little to incorporate a little more air. We've got our powdered sugar right here. Once our whipped cream starts to tighten up a little, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some of that powdered sugar. And the fact of the matter is that we're gonna be tasting this 2-3 times to make sure that we're hitting our flavor profile and our sweetness for this whipped cream. Okay, some people like whipped cream very, very sweet. I'm okay with it not quite as sweet. So it's very funny whenever I make it, people are like, could you put in a little more sugar? So that's the whipped cream we're gonna attempt tonight, is a little sweeter whipped cream. As this is mixing, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna grab our vanilla. And really, I like to put in about a teaspoon. Now, if you come up with that camera, you can see that we are starting to thicken up a little. And we're just gonna watch it and let it go. And that's just it. You can't be in a hurry for this. If you're in a hurry, you're gonna whip it on too high a speed. And do you know what happens when you whip whipped cream too much? You get butter. You may as well throw some salt in there and put it on buns. But for this, we're not gonna get that far. We're gonna have amazing whipped cream that goes on our pie. And right now it's getting pretty nice. You can start to see some ridges in there. And so, you know, in the next minute or so, we're gonna be there. So it's almost time to start adding some sugar. And we're gonna stop this guy for 1 minute. And we're just gonna show you on a spoon that it's starting to get thicker, okay? So we're gonna go ahead for just another minute or so before we start to add our powdered sugar. And this is kind of like watching paint dry. You know, you just can't be in a hurry, you gotta take your time. And right now is when I wanna start adding some sugar to this because it's looking good. I'm just gonna take my spatula and get a couple drops of sugar in there. We're gonna start with about 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And this is powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. This is not just cane sugar. I don't know if I mentioned that to start or not, but this is powdered sugar. Now, our whipped cream is coming together so nice. We've got less than a minute, but this is gonna be our opportunity to stop our mixer and get in there and take a little taste. Wow, look at that, that looks nice. Okay, I love it right where it's at, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put in a little more sugar because I know that there are some people that like it just a little sweeter than I do. So we'll go in with another 1/2 cup. And the thing is, if you come over and look, this whipped cream, we're gonna whip it for about 20 more seconds. And we're gonna shut her down. That's it. We're gonna go ahead and lower it on our post. And we're gonna pop it off of here. I just want you to have a look at how nice that is. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful whipped cream. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our whipped cream in the cooler just to make sure that our peaks stay nice and stiff. And we're gonna get that pie out of the oven. And guess what? We're gonna cut up some pumpkin pie. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor and be an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
All right, Kansas City, so I've got to come true with you. This pie looks amazing, but I did not just pull this pie out of the oven because actually pumpkin pie is going to take about 55 to 60 minutes to bake. And while it's baking, this beautiful pumpkin filling is going to come up almost like a souffle. It's going to come up about this high above your pie crust. And then when it cools down, it's going to go ahead and level out. Okay, so this has been in the refrigerator for a couple of hours because there's no way that you can serve pumpkin pie right out of the oven. You have to let it rest, you have to let it cool. Okay, so that's exactly what we've done with this. And the fact of the matter is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dish this up in just a minute or two. But here's the thing. Earlier I was talking about sweet potato pie versus pumpkin pie. Myself, I find either one of them amazing. I love sweet potato pie. And I actually, growing up in Wisconsin, had never ever heard of sweet potato pie until I moved to Missouri, to Kansas City. And when I worked on the private rail cars, I worked with a guy named Bob Wheeler. And the first time he made sweet potato pie, I was hooked. And this guy makes the best sweet potato pie I've ever had. And he did. He taught me the secrets to it. And that's why I make my pie interchangeable, because my pumpkin pie is really his sweet potato pie recipe with pumpkin. Okay? I have to give credit where credit's due. I cannot lie to you, Kansas City. So, let's give this baby a cut and see what it looks like. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous here because it's always something special to do this right on live TV after you make the pie. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is some gorgeous pumpkin pie. I am so happy right now. I tell you what, the only thing that's gonna make this pumpkin pie any better is a big old slather of whipped cream. So let me run over and grab that whipped cream. I'll be right back. Oh, am I happy. So remember, just a few minutes ago, we went ahead and we whipped up this cream. We put in about 1.25 cups of powdered sugar to 1 quart of heavy cream and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, look at that. That whipped cream is so nice and thick. And I don't know about you, but my Uncle John always said that all pie was something to hold his whipped cream. And he would put a lot on there. I tell you what, Kansas City, this is by far one of my favorite pies to make. Super easy, super delicious. My wife loves it, so I make a lot of it. Hey, Kansas City, you know, I always get a little nostalgic at the holidays. You know, as you get a little older, you remember the past and how much fun you had. For us, it was my grandmother's house. You know, she had 8 kids and all 8 of them would show up with their families at the house, and the house would be loud. There'd be the adult table that was all set up gorgeous. There'd be the kids' tables. And the fact of the matter is that there would be turkey and dressing and green bean casserole and dinner rolls and always 2 and 3 different kinds of pie. And the fact of the matter is that this holiday season, no matter what's happening, make some time for your family. You know, mend some bridges that are burned, do what you need to do, but don't let your family go without letting them how you feel this holiday season. Because I'm going to tell you what, this pie specifically reminds me of when I was a kid watching my mom make pie. And, you know, you get into this tradition, and especially for our family's very French, and pumpkin pie was not necessarily something French. We did a lot of traditional meat pies and things like that, and this is something my mother brought to the table. So, I'm just saying, I hope you have a great holiday season, and realistically, I'm going to tell you what, for me, it's time for me to make sure that this pie is suitable for everybody in my family, because I love pie. And guess what? I love whipped cream too. So let's give this a try. Make sure it's good, as if there's any question in the world. Now, tell you what, look at that. When you can stab your fork into pumpkin pie and it stays on the fork, it's right. Oh man. Kansas City, best pumpkin pie ever. Go enjoy your holiday. Happy Thanksgiving.
We are happy to have you visit our family here at Northeast Middle School. My name is Principal Schriever, and I am the principal here at Northeast Middle School. We serve students in the 7th and 8th grade in the historic Northeast neighborhood in Kansas City.
Welcome to Northeast Middle, the home of the mighty Titans.
Welcome to Northeast Middle. Transitioning to middle school is exciting, but it can also be scary. But that's what we're here for. I teach students success skills, a class where students get in touch with their emotions and learn how to stay on task in their courses.
Hello, my name is Mirna Naya. I am the parent liaison at Northeast Middle School. I communicate with parents, legal guardians regarding school information, events, school advisory committee, and more. I love interacting with students' families every day.
Hello and welcome. My name is Christine Dismay, and I teach geography and economics here at Northeast Middle School. We have a safe and nurturing environment in our classrooms. Your student will enjoy learning here.
Hi, I'm Laura Culp. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. Welcome to 8th grade. We offer advanced courses in all core subjects. Learning here is fun and rigorous because we care about our students and their academic experience. Northeast Middle School students are successful and prepared for high school.
AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, is a college and career readiness program. Students develop the skills they need to be successful in college starting in middle school. Most students continue their AVID course throughout high school with the same group of peers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fleming, and I teach PE and health at Northeast Middle School, and we have a wide range of electives including choir, band, orchestra, visual arts, creative writing, and much more.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Moore, and I teach 7th, 8th grade choir. Our goal is to ensure our students get the very best academic opportunities. Our students maintain a well-rounded experience.
Northeast Middle School is truly a diverse environment. We have scholars from all over the world, and we have as many as 30 languages spoken in our building at any given time. To celebrate the diversity in our building, we host an international festival so our scholars can get a true taste of the world.
Hi, I'm Ben Jonte. I'm the art teacher at Northeast Middle School. Project Lead the Way, one of our electives, provides our students with hands-on, real-world learning. This will give them experience in growing industries like computer science, design, and robotics.
Hello, I'm Ms. Shepard, and I'm the athletic director here at Northeast Middle School. Here at Northeast Middle School, we offer a variety of sports for boys and girls, including basketball, track and field, soccer, wrestling, swimming, cross country, flag football, cheerleading, and volleyball.
Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today here at Northeast Middle School. To learn more about our campus or to request a personal tour, please call 816-418-3400. We look forward to sharing with you more of the exciting things occurring at Northeast Middle School.
current Holiday Montessori fosters a lifelong love of learning for students in pre-K through 6th grade. Holiday is the only free Montessori school in the KC metro area recognized by the Association of Montessori International. At Holiday, children have the freedom to choose their work throughout the day, helping them to become responsible, independent, and self-motivated learners. Find out more or enroll your student at enrollkc.org/holiday.
Welcome to East High School. My name is Louis Sinahosa, and I am the principal. I'm looking forward for you to learn all about our East Bears, and thank you for taking the time to visit with us.
At East, we serve students in 9th through 12th grades. We first opened our doors in 1924 to serve high school students on the east side of Kansas City. With more than 50 plus languages and countries represented at our school, East is one of the largest and most diverse high schools in Kansas City. Our mission is to ensure each student reaches his or her fullest potential as a learner. With literacy as our focus, our goal is for all students to be successful and gain valuable experience throughout their high school career. After graduation, our students go on to be successful in either college or the career of their choice. We put a focus on learning through a 21st century lens. To prepare students for life beyond high school, we have specific college and career pathways which include agriculture, health science and bioscience, nursing, engineering, teaching, EMT, law and public safety, construction, barber and cosmetology, computer science, culinary, and more. Students can graduate with their industry-recognized credential in their chosen pathway and have job options upon graduation. East offers traditional high school classes, advanced placement, and dual credit courses. In addition, we offer Early College Academy where students attend Metropolitan Community College, Penn Valley, where they can graduate with both their high school diploma and associate's degree. We welcome immigrants and refugees into our school. With a high level of English language learners, or ELL students start in small group instruction to help them quickly get up to speed with their counterparts. They will have ongoing ELL support to ensure they are successful throughout high school. Along with a high-level academic rigor, East also offers a wide range of sports, clubs, and other activities. Our soccer teams have become some of the most dominant programs in their division. Plus, many of our scholar athletes have earned scholarships to play their given sport at the collegiate level in soccer, football, volleyball, and more. We have something for everyone in our school. Students can be part of junior ROTC, art, instrumental and vocal music, or take a variety of electives. Plus, we offer activities including bike club, dance, debate, newspaper, student council, yearbook, and more. At East High, we believe each student has untapped potential. Students have opportunities to visit colleges, universities, and other post-secondary institutions, as well as participate in job shadowing and internships related to their career interests.
Thank you for visiting. We hope you enjoyed the tour. If you want to learn more about East, please call us at 816-418-3125. Go Bears.
I am Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.
The desire to create lives within each of us. From Grammy-winning producers and musicians, to NBA stars, to Navy admirals and Medal of Honor recipients, to internationally renowned artists, and beloved local muralists, Paseo graduates have been creating their own success, their own history, their own legacy since 1926. Now it's your time. Create your future at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Paseo.
I love Southeast because of the culture, the band program, and restorative justice.
I love Southeast because of the academics, sports, and students.
I love Southeast because of the people, the energy, and the advanced classes.
It's not alike. I love Southeast because the students here at Southeast are full of potential and they believe in achieving anything.
We are Southeast.
Southeast.
We stand shoulder to shoulder.
Join the Southeast family. Enroll today.